Hello and welcome. So I am going to take a look at the Times Cryptic Quintagram, and this is being published on Saturday the 12th of July 2025. So if you haven't seen it before, it's 5 cryptic clues. It's the letters down here which go in there. You can pause the video now, have a look at them, see if you can figure any of the clues out. I am going to reset the timer and crack on. Suddenly drop 0. Figures runs into you once. Figure runs into you once. Ye. Thou. Thought, nobody's trimmed mink these days. Modern. Trimmed mink. I would think trimmed mink is in. In. Okay, risk having pocketed a grand. Having is owned. Risk. Danger. A grand is AG. Okay. Leader I had inside here. Wow. Okay. I had is I'd. Inside here. So what's here? President. There we are. Got one. Thankfully, I've got one. Suddenly drop 0. Well, there's no for 0. Drop is to fall. Suddenly drop. Nil. I'm just looking at the IKMIN. Mink. Nobody's trimmed mink these days. Ink. Don't think it's a hidden word across anything because it can't fit across those 3 words. IN in his. Nobody's. Which means it's common. Nobody's. Unowned. Disowned. These days. Now. Okay, there's a now there, I think, isn't there? In nows. I'm going to put the letters in there. I'm not convinced it's right, but because I know where the was it minnow? Nobody. Yeah, minnow. Maybe it's just mink without the K. Risk having pocketed a grand. Well, that's going to be an AG, but I haven't got a G, so it's an AK. Risk is a danger, but I haven't quite got the words for danger. Don't think pocketed is an indicator. There's a hidden word there. Risk is threatening, threat. Figure runs into you once. You once is the. Okay, 3. There we are. That was trying to get these through. I was thinking ye, thou, 3. Okay, there's my AK still. Need to put an AK into it. So suddenly drop 0. I've lost the O now. If that's minnow, which I think it is. 0 is nil. Zero. The letters. I don't think it's just an arrow of prod, of drop, because it can't be, because I haven't got no. Can't be an arrow of 0 either, so suddenly drop is to. Don't know. Let's put AK in there anyway for a grand. Having is. Risk is. predicament. I think a grand is, I mean, grand, sometimes 1,000 can be M for mil, but a grand is 1,000 and K is 1,000. I think K and grand though. Unless it's having with an A, pocketed the A and then a G on the end, or K on the end, should I say. Back to 1 class, 1, suddenly drop 0. I would have had nil at 0, but n's are gone. Assume that is minnow, which I think it is. 4 letters. Rump, limp, dump. Drop 0, dump. Suddenly. Suddenly to drop is to dump, but 0 for... What does that leave me? That leaves me... If that were correct, I'm not going to say it is, but this would be... risk. Was it risk having pocketed A? Can't be risk connects, no S. Like. Cool. Don't know. Let's have a check. See where I'm at. It's not dump. Suddenly drop. What is that then? It's not dump. Dirk. Wasn't MP, was it? Could be an M on the end or a P there. Tube. Drop 0. Duck. Oh yeah, duck in cricket. Oh, blast. Ah, that's interesting because my K's gone now, if it was. So this one, risk having pocketed A. Grand, okay, so it's just a word meaning grand, I think. And risk is a alarm? No. Imperil. Imperial now. No wonder I wasn't getting to that one. Wow, okay, let's go through those clues. That was not entirely easy. Okay, so if you suddenly drop, then you duck down, and a duck is 0 scored in cricket. Tough. A figure, well, number 3 is a figure, obviously. Runs is an R, so another bit of cricket notation, into you once. So the T-H-E-E, is the word for you, back in kind of medieval times. Nobody is a minnow. Trimmed mink is just take the K off from mink, gives you M-I-N, and these days is now. Simple wordplay, but yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be that easy there. Gosh, so to risk is to imperil, pocketing an A, so put an A into that gives you imperial, which is grand. And finally, a leader is a president. I had is ID, going into here, and here is the present. So there we go, all done. 8.5 minutes, big old struggle, a little bit of help needed. Just looking, duck 3, minnow, imperial, present. I don't think there's a theme there, but if there is, let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching.